to make reasonable accommodations to the property, at their own expense. At their own expense. That's the rule. Okay, so super important to know that rule. Landlords are in charge of maintaining the property. In 1972, the Illinois Supreme Court heard a case and confirmed this concept of implied warranty of habitability. That means that, the place has to be habitable. There's nothing unsafe or unsanitary in there that would prevent the tenant from occupying the property. Nothing that would, be threatening to their health, for example. My real property law students, my paralegal students, I just made them read a case called Home Rentals Corp. Versus Curtis. It was a case that was handed down by the Illinois Supreme Court based on some tenants. They were students at Southern Illinois University, who rented this house, and they arrived on the scene for school to rent this house, and they noticed that when they got there were roaches everywhere. The toilet drained straight into the basement on the floor. The bathtubs didn't drain. Somebody had taken a sledgehammer and put a big hole in the house so you could see outside. There were all these problems, of course, with the house. And they told the landlord, and the landlord said, well, go get a plunger and go get a roach bomb and take care of that. So they actually, being as they were kids, they actually did go and get a roach bomb. The plunger wasn't going to help anything, but the roach bomb didn't really help anything either because it was so overcome with roaches that the kids didn't move in. And one of the theories that they used to sue the landlord sued them, by the way, for the whole entire lease amount. And they counterclaimed and said, well, you violated the implied warranty of habitability. That place wasn't safe for us to live in. We couldn't really inhabit that place because of all the problems that were there. And constructive eviction, you basically evicted us because you didn't provide us with a habitable space. Due to the landlord's neglect, we couldn't live there. And the court agreed with the kids. And then the landlord, believe it or not, after the trial court disagreed with them, the landlord brought this up to the appellate court. And the appellate court agreed with the kids, the tenants. And then they sued and brought it up to the Illinois Supreme Court. It's crazy that a case like that would go that far. And once again, the Illinois Supreme Court ruled for the kids, for the tenants, based on this idea that it was a constructive eviction and the landlord had an obligation or a duty to provide a habitable space. And the kids gave them enough notice to fix everything before they moved out, and the landlord didn't do anything. They just said, hey, kids, you take care of it. You get a roach bomb. You do this. So at any rate, these theories, implied habitability and also constructive eviction, do apply currently to current leases, residential leases. Okay? So you can read about that on the bottom of page 331 and the top of page 332. Yeah, Ray, go ahead and ask me a question.
So while we're on the topic of this topic, my family owns a rental, like in a complex in just one room, and I know that there's certain rules, like you can't have carpets on the floor because since you're on the top, or you can't have like hardwood because since it's on the top, it can cause a noise complaint and stuff like that. So I was thinking, as a real estate agent, if we're focused on rentals, should we know those rules beforehand, or are they generally told to us, or how does that work?
Great question. So it sounds to me like they have a condo.
Yes.
That they're renting.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so really important